So, how do we insert the data to the database? So once again, how do we start is that we're going to connect to the database right here, line 22. And after we connect to the database, we create a cursor object for us to execute our commands. So right here. So what command do we use? We are making use of the insert command this time. So how do we use this insert command? You can just do insert into the table and which row and what values are you giving it. So these users is the table that we created previously from line 9 in the previous video. And name will be the row that we're inserting it into. Because in table right now, there's two rows, which is the primary key and the name. So we'll insert it into the users table and the row name with how many number of values. So right here, this question mark represents the number of values we want there to be. So one question mark which represents one value, and if you've got more, you can just add in more question marks, and so on, to indicate more values. And after that will be the data you want to insert it into, which is here, name. So you might wonder here, why is there a comma right there out of nowhere? So what this comma does is that it actually ensures that this name, this entire thing becomes a tuple. Without this comma, this name could just be seen as basically the brackets won't be there anymore. It will just be seen as normal parentheses, the brackets, and then it will not be seen as tuple. And this will cause like unintended bugs, like some problems that we don't want to face. And hence, we put this comma there to ensure that this whole thing becomes a tuple. This will force it to become a tuple, ensuring that it's an immutable data type. Yep, that's why we need a comma right there. So if you only got one data, remember to put in a comma. Yeah. And after that, you have to commit it again. So you db.commit to ensure data integrity again, to sort of upload your work basically. And after you commit your work, you simply close it again. Just close the database. So that's the same as the workflow as we had just now, previous on. You open the data, you connect to the database, create a cursor object, execute your command, commit your work, and you close the database. So that's all you need to do to insert the data to the database. Pretty simple, right? That's SQL for you. Next, we will move on to reading the data from the database and outputting it into a new website.